Hello and welcome back to Stop and Go F1, or should I say Stop and Go F3, because that's what we're looking at today. The Formula 3 for the Austrian GP weekend. Going to have a look at both the sprint and the feature race. Before we do though, make sure you like and subscribe. And a big thank you to our members Dakota and the Joyous James. If you want to join them and get a shout out in all the videos we make, there's a link in the description. But let's get into the sprint race firstly. We had Martinius Stenshorn on pole with Christian Mansell alongside, and Mansell was able to take the lead from the start of the race into turn 1, with Solov going around the outside of Stenshorn to take P2. There's pretty much a safety car straight away though, because Dino Boganovic had spun and Kasper Stuka is out after being hit by Loke. Safety car ended on lap 5 and Mansell was able to keep the lead. Further back there's a fantastic double overtake by Luke Browning around Lindblad and Bedrin. That's only for P11, but still a fantastic move on lap 5. Solov is able to take the lead around the outside of turn 4 on Mansell. That's on lap 7. And then Browning goes down the inside of Tramnitz, trying to come back here up to P10 on lap 10. Mansell now, he's just biding his time. You could tell in both the sprint and the feature, saving your tyres was huge, especially the feature race. The tyres just got absolutely destroyed. But here you could tell Mansell is just biding his time. He's just waiting for his moment. He's staying within that DRS zone, but he's just waiting and waiting and waiting. Probably, I thought at the time, right until the end to try and get that move done. But he makes the move and takes the lead on lap 15. But then Solov is able to take the lead right back into turn 4. For the third time he'd done that move, ran the outside of turn 4, very popular overtaking zone. He got 3 overtakes done, ran the outside of turn 4 by lap 15. But on lap 16, Mansell takes the lead again. This time, instead of waiting in turn 3, he did it at turn 4, taking the lead away from Solov. Mini has a wonderful double overtake himself on Gerfer and Van Hoopen for P6. And then on lap 17, further back, Lindblad had a puncture, and Solov takes the lead back again, but then Mansell takes the lead back again. It was fantastic stuff from the front of the grid. Then there is a huge crash for Sebastian Montoya. It looks like he tried to go around the outside of Dunn, touched the grass a bit, then was kicked back into Dunn, hit him, span at a high speed, then hit the wall and came back around onto the track. Very lucky that no one hit him as he came back onto the track, but he is out. This brings out the safety car, and then we see that Mansell has gone from P1 to P3, and basically what it looks like happened here is Mansell was in the middle of a sandwich here between Solov and Stenshorn. And then as the safety car has come out, he has the beep in his ear to tell him that the safety car has come out. So he backed off, and the other two didn't. So he went from first to third because he backed off before everyone else did in the safety car. Now, you can say that's unfair. You can say whatever you want, because it is unfair. You could tell at the end of the race, he was absolutely devastated because he had controlled this race majority. Majority isn't even a word, but in majority he had controlled this race. Even when he wasn't in the lead, it was this main story of the lead was when is he going to go and try and get the lead. This was his race to lose, and he lost it because I think he got the beep in his ear before anyone else did, which is devastating for him. As we go back to the race though, safety car ends on lap 21 of 21, so a one-lap shootout for the end, and Solov gets away really well. Further back, Mini passes Van Hoopen, but wasn't able to keep the place. And as we cross the line, it was Solov who wins from Stenshorn, and then Christian Mansell. Dunn in 4th, Van Hoopen 5th, Mini 6th, Gerfer 7th, Tramnitz 8th, Noel Leon in 9th, and Mega Tunif finishes in 10th after what was a pretty good race for him. But you've got to feel for Mansell here. This was his race to lose, and he did, and he was absolutely devastated after the end of the race. As we go into the F3 feature, though, he was looking to correct that. We have Luke Browning on pole. He's currently second place in the championship. Lindblad was alongside him. He is in fourth in the championship. The man in third in the championship is Gabriele Mini. He was fourth on the grid. And the person who went into this race leading the championship is Leo Fornaroli. But he starts all the way down in 24th place on the grid. As the lights go out, it's a good start for Browning, but an awful start for Tramnitz, who started third, but looked like he went into anti-stall, just making it off the line, but went from third to eighth at the start of this race. We have a fantastic battle for P2 here between Lindblad, Mini, and Beganovic. This is a battle that basically lasts the majority of the race. There's never really truly a battle for P1 in this race, but the battle for every other position was really highly contested. Fantastic stuff all the way around. Beganovic is able to get past Lindblad for P2 on lap 2. Further back, Leon passes Ollie Gerfer for P5. He started 13th, and by lap 6 he's up to 5th. On lap 7, Mini is able to pass Lindblad for P3. Lindblad going backwards here, but it would actually get a lot worse. So Lindblad now in P3, with Dunn behind him in P4. Dunn hits the back of Lindblad's car, and then from there he just loses like 3 positions. So he's now down to 7th on lap 8. It really cost him multiple positions, that hit from Dunn. Gerfer gets past Dunn for P5 on lap 10. Now Bedrin is out because Boyer hit him going into turn 3. This brings out a virtual safety car. When that ends, we have Noel Leon, who has a puncture and is off into the gravel. There's stuff happening everywhere in this race, and then the penalties started. So, we have a 10-second penalty for Tramnitz for causing a collision, 10-second penalty for Voisin for causing a collision, 10-second penalty for Dunn for causing a collision, 10-second penalty for Boyer for causing a collision, a 5-second penalty for Megatunic for track limits, a 5-second penalty for Shields for track limits, a 5-second penalty for Stenshorn for track limits, and I think that is all the penalties we've got, unless more penalties happen after the race is done. Fornaroli has got past Megatunic now. He's up to 12th on lap 18, despite starting 24th. Mansell is able to get past Gerfer on P4 lap 22. Mansell really saving his tyres yet again here. It was a fantastic weekend for Mansell, it has to be said. You know, a little, I don't even know if you want to call it a mistake in the sprint, because I don't think it was a mistake. He reacted the way he was supposed to. I think the mistake came either from the other two guys getting the message of the safety car later, or they didn't react in enough time. It's a real dodgy one, that Mansell incident in the sprint. Let's go back to this though. So Mansell now up to P4 on lap 22, and then Mini is looking to go around the outside of Dino Beganovic for P3, but Mansell sees the opening himself and goes down the inside and passes Mini for P3. But Mini gets the place back pretty much immediately on lap 24. And then on lap 25 or 26, he's able to get past Beganovic. But Beganovic gets the place back on the very last lap on lap 26 into turn 3. But then Mini takes the place back again into turn 4 on the last lap. And as we cross the lead, it is Luke Browning who takes the win and is the new championship leader for Formula 3. Gabriele Mini is P2, Dino Beganovic is P3, Christian Mansell has to settle for P4, Ollie Gerfer is 5th, Solov is 6th, Lindblad 7th, Van Hoopen 8th, Leo Fornaroli comes home in 9th after starting 24th, and then Alex Dunn in 10th. Sophia Flörsch so close here in 11th place, missing out on her first point of the season by 0.4 seconds after Dunn's penalty had been applied. Fantastic stuff here from Formula 3. And you know what? When it comes to who is the hero of Formula 3 today, I'm going to do something that I think I've only ever done once before. And that's crown 2 people the hero of Formula 3. Firstly, I'm going to give it to Gabriele Mini, because I think he did a fantastic race here, especially that end sequence there where he just overtaken, then he kind of positioned himself in a place where he knew he'd be able to have the advantage at the last overtaking point on the last lap to get P2. Fantastic stuff from Gabriele Mini. But I'm also going to give hero of Formula 3 to Christian Mansell, because he did a fantastic job. He should have had the sprint win, and I feel like he was screwed over there to not have the sprint win. but also to be able to put that behind him and then be here fighting for those podium positions again in the main feature race. Fantastic stuff from him. Really, really good. I think, was there anyone who was on podium for both the sprint and the feature? Because I don't think there was, because it was Stolov and Stenshorn. So Stolov was 6th, Stenshorn not even in the top 10 because he had a couple penalties to deal with. So yeah, Christian Mansell and Gabriele Mini are our heroes of Formula 3 for this weekend. I'll be back in about an hour now, because we'll be talking all things Formula 2. They've already had a fantastic sprint race, and I'm looking forward to see what they can do in the feature. And then, of course, later on, the F1 will be on. I'll be here for all things F1 later on. So make sure you subscribe for all of that. I will see you then. Have a good one. Goodbye.